Welcome to the Excellent Point. Today we are going to learn the first chapter of Chemistry of Class 10 Chemical Reactions and Equations. To know this, we must know what a chemical reaction is. Before that, a reactant is a substance that undergoes a chemical reaction, and a product is something you get as a result. For example, when a wood burns, which is a chemical change, it reacts with oxygen in the air to form ash. A chemical reaction, or simply a chemical change, is a change in which a chemical composition of reactant changes and a new substance, aka a product, is always formed. For example, the burning of magnesium ribbon results in the formation of magnesium oxide. Now we are going to represent this in word equation form. Magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide. This is very long, so let's replace the words with chemical formulas that we studied last year. Magnesium has chemical formula Mg, while oxygen has the chemical formula O2. Magnesium oxide has chemical formula MgO. Count the number of atoms of both elements on both sides. On the left-hand side there is 1 atom of magnesium and 2 atoms of oxygen. On the right-hand side we have 1 atom of magnesium and oxygen each. This chemical equation is wrong as per the law of conservation of mass, which states that mass can neither be created nor destroyed in a chemical reaction. So let's modify this equation, since we can't increase the number of oxygen atoms individually on the right-hand side. Let's write 2 here, but now we have 2 atoms of magnesium on this side. So let's increase the number of magnesium atoms on the other side and make it 2. Now we have 2 atoms of magnesium and oxygen on both sides. Congratulations, you have just learned how to balance equations. Let's see how many kinds of chemical equations there are. The first one is combination reaction. In this reaction, reactants combine to form a single product. For example, calcium oxide reacts with water to form calcium hydroxide. The second type of reaction is decomposition reaction, which is of 3 types. The first is thermal decomposition reaction. In this one, a single reactant breaks down to form 2 or more products. For example, ferrous sulfate crystals, which is green, break down when heat is applied and forms ferric oxide, which is brown sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. Second decomposition reaction is electrolytic decomposition reaction. In this one, the reactant breaks down in the presence of electricity. For instance, H2O, that is water, can be decomposed in the presence of electricity to form hydrogen and oxygen. The third one is photolytic decomposition reaction. In this one, a single reactant as before breaks down in the presence of light into 2 or more products. For example, white silver chloride turns gray in sunlight, producing silver and chlorine gas. The third type of chemical reaction is displacement reaction. In this one, usually a metal displaces a less reactive metal from its salt solution. This has to do with reactivity, about which you will learn more in chapter 3. The link of the video to this chapter will be here and in the description box and comment box. The next one is double displacement reaction. Just as the name indicates, 2 compounds, aka the reactants in this case, exchange their ions. For example, sodium sulfate reacts with barium chloride to form sodium chloride and barium sulfate. This is the equation. Next is oxidation-reduction reactions. Oxidation is the addition of oxygen or just addition of ions. Reduction is the loss of oxygen or just losing of ions. Example for oxidation reaction is this one. In this, copper when heated reacts with oxygen to form copper oxide. Example for reduction reaction is this one, in which copper oxide reacts with hydrogen to form copper as well as water. This is a displacement reaction as well. In this one, hydrogen, which is more reactive than copper, replaces it. There are reactions in which oxidation and reduction occurs simultaneously. Those are called oxidation-reduction reactions. For example, the same reaction of copper oxide with hydrogen. In this one, copper oxide reduces to copper and hydrogen oxidizes to form water. Rusting and rancidity, which is something that happens when oil oxidizes, are examples of oxidation-reduction reactions in everyday life. And you have just finished the first chapter of Science of Class 10. Congratulations! If you want answers to the in-text questions, go to this video here, or you can just go to description box or comment box.